Drake dissed a whole lot of people on Iceman. What's up, words? Your boy Challz Brown back again talking facts. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe. Hit that notification bell. Keep sending those cash outs to Challz Brown. Join that membership. And are you buying that merch down below? Gang, listen. You know what day it is. Iceman Day. Iceman has dropped with a whole lot of surprises. There's a lot going on, gang. But first things first, I told you guys that this thing would not live up to the hype in regards to what the consensus is, okay? The regular, ordinary, everyday Drake fans, sure, they love it. They are all up in arms. They're clapping their hands, stomping their feet, making the traditional rounds, going around saying it's a classic, it's this, that, and the third. But when you get beyond that 10%, let's say 15% of the internet at best, that are glazing this thing, for lack of a better words, and we saw you falling asleep, Academics. DJ Academics fell asleep once again during the stream because the music is so sleepy. But after you get past that initial 15%, I'll even go even further and say 20% bump of Drake fans that's calling this thing a shutdown the gamer and a tidal wave that's going to sweep everything off their feet. Well, once you get past that other 80%, they're trashing this thing, gang. They're making this thing into what it actually was always going to be, a whole bunch of disconjointed shit thrown against the wall. All three genres of music that this guy does, he made a full album for each one. Gang, I can't make this shit up. And the simple fact of the matter is, we were on live stream last night and people started telling me it's 40 songs, Challz. I was flabbergasted. They were like, it's 3 albums, 41 songs. Sounds so insane and asinine that I thought they were lying. Gang, I said, first of all, you might not be lying, but you may be exaggerating. Nope, wasn't exaggerating, gang. First they said DJ Head he got a mole, right? Because somebody told DJ Head that he was going to drop a second album. They didn't say nothing about the third. They told DJ Head that Drake was going to drop a second album a few minutes after he dropped the first one. Well, gang, not only did he drop a second one, he dropped the third. They got 3 different names. One is called Man of Honor, if I'm not mistaken. One is called Hibiti or some shit like that. Hibiti. I looked it up. That means my dear, my darling. It's for the ladies. And the first one, of course, is called Iceman, right? No matter how you want to slice it, the Iceman, this, that, and the third. It's his best rendition of Michael Jackson, okay? Got the Michael Jackson glove on the cover, right? If that is indeed the cover, I guess so. But all in all, you got what you wanted. You got what you asked for. You got your episode 4. People ain't even really talking about that because as soon as he dropped that, he had dropped the album early, the albums with the S. So he dropped 3 albums in a row, gave dudes hours of music to listen to, gang. And I can't stress this enough. What we just saw, you can put it in a box and say this was, they're going to paint this as genius, gang. I'm just going to be honest. They're going to paint this as genius. Dropping 3 albums. Nobody's ever done it before. 60 songs on the Billboard at the same time. Mind you, I think it's like 85 altogether, but I don't know in the day. They got 60 songs on the Billboard or whatever. And I don't know how he got 60 on the Billboard, but at the same time, it's a massive undertaking. And what's going on? We're seeing a guy that had so many records. I said this last year. I said, gang, just throw it out. Whatever's on that hard drive, throw the shit out. I said, I don't care if it's 50 songs, 8. I don't even know what number I said, but just throw it all out. Like you're taking too long. You're stretching this thing out for no reason. Maybe he listened to my advice. I don't know. But he took every song he made leading up. And some of these songs are clearly old, right? The song, the 1 a.m. in Albany, clearly an old record. Had to write this a while ago, right? And the main song that everybody's talking about, which I heard that beat was good. The one that I don't know if it starts the record off, but the record that he says his dad has cancer, that record's okay. But I'm like, most of the stuff you're hearing, and even that record, when he wrote that my dad has cancer line, which got everybody, in their feelings low key. I think that's the first song on the album. His dad came out and said, I don't have cancer. He said, there was something there and poof, is gone. So that song has to be an old song too. So all of this stuff is from when he's been recording this stuff for years, gang. So he took everything that he's been recording on that hard drive. Remember K-Dot said burn that hard drive, right? Well, he didn't burn the hard drive, and he put it all out in one swoop. He said, nah, why we stopping at 2? They were like, oh, what do you mean? He's like, fuck it, I got more songs. Get the book bag. We could do 3 albums. So he put out 3 albums in one night, gang. I kid you not. These people are trying to listen to all this stuff. I'm sure a lot of you guys called out of work, okay? But end of the day, we're seeing a guy that took everything that he made, and what he did was, the only way you could release this was try to box it. So he boxed one album as, I'm going to, for lack of a better word, I didn't hear none of this stuff. I heard some stuff I heard maybe 2 tracks on Twitter, gang. I'm just going to be maybe 3. But allegedly he boxed one as the hip hop rap album stuff, Then the other one's supposed to be the R&B for the ladies, right? That's the Habibity one. I guess that's what it's called, Habibity or something like that. Liberty Bibbity, right? I guess that one's out there. And then the third one's supposed to be the international, the Afro beats, I guess. I don't know, but this is what I'm being told by reports. I got to report these things, so I got to read on them, right? So end of the day, the only way you could put out all that music, you can't just throw out 40 songs. So what he did was, okay, we're gonna slide them into the folder they belong in. Oh, this one sound R&B, so I'm gonna slide it over here. So apparently he slid everything where it goes, and voila, right? We got 3 albums, never been done in history. But this is my thing about this, and this is what I'm gonna have to stress to you guys. They're going to brag about the numbers of 3 combined projects, and they're gonna give it to one stationary number. So now whatever this thing does, the 40 songs, 41, some reports say 43, I don't know, right? Between 40 and 43 tracks, they're going to give it one stationary number, and you're going to have to contend with that, gang. So let's say this shit, let's say by some stretch of the imagination, which I don't think it's going to do. Let's say some stretch of the imagination, this thing does 450. You just put out 3 albums to do 450. You put out 3 albums to do 350. Whatever it does, this is 3 albums of music. This is like K-Dot putting out Mr. Morale, GNX, and whatever, insert album, putting them all out at the same exact time and getting one first week's number, right? If you separated these 3 albums, would you get this number? Would it be the same thing? So let's imagine. Let's imagine he dropped the Iceman. The Iceman was something like 18 tracks, something like that, right? 15, 18 tracks, something like that. If you drop that, would it still be the exact same number if you dropped the other 2 later? If he waited 6 months and then dropped the other one, would it still be that number again, or would it be lesser? I'm going to say it would be lesser. So at the end of the day, all of these albums are equaling up to one number, and you're going to say, this is the number. Well, you're dropping 3 albums worth of music. They're not going to tell you that. Technically, if these albums drop separately, you would count them on their own merit. So basically, you got to divide this first number into 3, right? You're going to say, Challz, a lot of people does double CDs. That's a double CD, my guy. Double CD is not 3 separate albums. That's 2 different things. So if Dot dropped GNX tonight, if he drops one album, it has a certain set of numbers. Then he drops another one another day, it's going to have a certain set of numbers. That's how you count. But we're going to get bombarded with the number of 3 albums combined into one rollout. They dropped 40 tracks, right? And now they're going to run those numbers up, this, that, and the third. We're going to see, it's put it like this. This is a guy that's afraid to fail. You can't fail if you drop this much on the people that got to sit there now and digest all this stuff over and over. You can't fail. The numbers are going to be ridiculous. It should be. But what I'm going to tell you right now, you're about to see the greatest drop-off you've ever seen. And all the accolades he's making for the songs that he will put on there, you're about to see a massive drop when this thing starts to fall off. It's too much to digest. It's too much to keep on repeat. And the casuals are the people he's going to need. They're not going to keep listening to 40 songs, gang. This thing is going to have a massive cliff drop. But they don't care because all they're going to brag about is first week sales. We're still hearing about the first week sales for all the dogs, okay? They don't care about nothing after that. They don't care that this shit going to drop in a week. They don't care that it's going to have one of the most steepest declines in the history of music. They're never going to repost that. They're going to just keep talking about what it did this week. But like I said, if he don't diss, we won't be listening. So he did a lot of dissing, and now people are listening. And to me, a lot of these disses, they're weak shots, gang. Like, we're still here where rappers taking these, like, for lack of a better word, like a company man said, limp-wristed disses. These things don't have no punching power, gang. To me, I'm an MC. I'm an old headed. I'm one of these barbershop niggas that talk all this rah shish boom bah shit, right? So I'm looking at this from a different lens, and the people he's dissing on here, none of these people are gonna clap back on him, right? He's dissing people that don't want smoke, never have gotten smoke, or are tired of giving out smoke. Jay-Z not gonna. He might respond in his own kind of Jay-Z way, but you're not getting a lyrical battle back and forth. And the irony of dissing Jay-Z, Jay-Z just literally got lambasted for defending Drake. He just defended Drake a few weeks ago in that interview. I don't like what you guys have done to Drake. I think battle rap is dead. And then Drake comes dissing, right? Like I said, these records are old. He probably recorded that a long time ago. But read the room, gang. You got stuff on here. You're talking about stuff that's already passed. You're bringing up Not Like Us, this, that, and the third. You're still talking about Cole. Like, it's crazy. But this is where he is. He's stuck in the time. But I guess the nigga's frozen. That's why he's Iceman. He's frozen in one place and time, and he's still talking about that place and time. Only thing moving is his eyes, and all you can see is shit that's happening in that time 2 years ago. Because everything in here is 2 years ago. There's nothing in here that's going to relate to something that just happened, right? Other than him saying Rocky dropped his album. But Rocky had to get him back because he never got his chance. He didn't sub him. He waited till the album dropped and it came out. Okay? Drake has been dropping leaks since the battle. We've been getting leaks with subs since that. So it ain't like we haven't heard you. You've said these things already. But in true fashion and form, you're here for the disses, right? I say all that to say this. Drake is dissing. I said that the album needed to have disses, and there it is. Ray Daniels said he wanted him to crash out on the whole industry, and here we are. He crashed out on most of the people that are relevant in the industry. Okay? So let's get to it. I'm going to read this article. We're going to have a conversation. And full disclosure, I didn't listen to the album. Okay? Didn't listen to these disses for myself. I am going by what's written here. I'm going to read this out loud and have a conversation. From DJ Khaled, which I don't even know why he's dissing Khaled, gang. You guys are going to have to tap me in why he dissing Khaled, but got Future on there, right? The nigga that orchestrated the whole... I don't know if y'all niggas know. There's no battle without Future, right? Future made the record that kicked off the whole battle, that kicked his back in. So this is how we got here, but somehow Future's forgiven. And I said in one of my last videos, I said, if you forgive Future, you got to forgive everybody else, gang. You got to forgive Rick Ross. Boy, you got to forgive everything. You got to forgive. We don't even know why he mad at Rocky, gang. Let's just be honest. Why you mad at A$AP Rocky? He got the girl, right? The one that got away. Apparently, this nigga's frozen. Like, he's frozen. He's frozen, gang. This is why the Iceman, he's frozen in time. You're still talking about Rihanna, gang. You're still talking about Rihanna. So, we're frozen in time talking about stuff that should be dead. But let me speak on this. We're going to have this conversation. This article is by Michael Saponara for Billboard magazine, okay? Frees the world after seeing peers cross him and taking lashes from rap fans for the better part of 2 years. Following his battle with Kendrick Lamar, the Sixth God had plenty to say. Or as Drizzy put it on Iceman opener, make them cry. I'm in the cut just loading rebuttals. With the weight of Canada on his shoulders, Drake had a lot to get off his chest, and the OVO boss addressed just about everything and everyone on Iceman. He did indeed, according to reports. Okay, let me continue. Drake premiered Iceman during his episode 4 live stream on Thursday night, which ended with the Toronto dignitary revealing he actually had 3 albums on the way for Friday. I know these guys has exploded. They fell to their knees and kissed the ground and thank the gods that Drizzy was blessing them with 3 albums. Now, I just saw a video on Company Man's opening video. Go check that out. The Drake fans they're not going to Google about this. They're pretending to be, and some of them really love it. I told you my brother-in-law who loves Drake, gang, he woke up this morning. He had a vendetta. This nigga texted family chat, and he got Hove tickets. He said, I don't want to go to Hove no more. I'm not going to check out Hove now because Drake diss Hove. My brother-in-law don't want his Hove tickets. But I guess I could get them tickets now, gang. I guess I can get them Hove tickets. So it's them against Hove now, right? I'm just the messenger, gang. Now it's them against Hove because Drake said so. Let me continue, okay? Iceman is the main attraction, a bar-heavy introspection with Drake rapping in peak form and examining all aspects of life. While Maid of Honor and Habibity, I know goddamn well I'm saying that absolutely wrong, but there's a T there, gang. I don't know if I'm pronouncing the T or not. Habibity, lean into R&B, dance, and cater more toward the ladies. Drizzy sounds inspired and recharged on Iceman. When the stakes are raised, he greets typically the greats typically deliver, and Drake did that and then some with his 9th studio LP. Put an S on that. For the first time in years, there felt a sense of urgency from Drake, which has to be tied to the Kendrick Lamar clash and some hip hop turning on him after a decade of dominance. I hate that they keep saying he dominated hip hop, gang. He dominated the charts. He dominated the industry with a lot of really sketchy help to do so, okay? And a very big, powerful corporation that made him appear to be dominating the industry of hip hop, but not hip hop. Let me continue. Quote, what died back in 2024 was a big piece. So it's like, this shit is me, but it isn't me. Y'all keep asking what it did to me. That's what it did to me. He admits on Make Them Cry while wearing the figurative scars from 2024. Drake is open and vulnerable while punching back, which shouldn't come as a surprise to anyone. That's the cycle of human emotions. He revealed that his father is currently battling cancer, touches on his lawsuit against UMG, and reunited with Future on Ran to Atlanta, championing that me and Hendrix backed by popular demand as he and Pluto put their issues aside. The sixth guy seemingly had smoke for everyone that he felt wronged him in recent years, ranging from DJ Khaled and Kendrick Lamar and Rick Ross, with Drake centering his crosshairs on the opposition on Iceman. That's where our focus will lie. So, like I said, I did hear the first one, and I did hear the Sexy Reg one, which is very awful. It's god awful. And I heard the one that he's doing the West Coast. He's dissing the West Coast, this, that, and the third. I didn't like that one either. So out of 2 out of 3, gang, is just really it's not really looking good for the rest of it. I'm coming across snippets all over the timeline. I haven't clicked most of them. I did hear the first of 1 a.m. in Albany. I wasn't too fond of that. So it looked like out of 4 that I've heard, I thought 1 was decent. It was good. So end of the day, I think that's not a good average out of the 4. And I may have heard a snippet of the 3 a.m. somewhere nonsense, this, that, and the third. So if I'm going by what I've heard, I'm not gonna really like this album. I'm just gonna be honest. That's just me. But we're not here for my opinion of the album because I don't have one. We're talking about who he did. So here we go. Kendrick Lamar on Make Them Pay and Make Them Remember. The lyrics are, quote, damn, who is this guy for real? I guess a magician. 100 million streams vanished. No one got questions. End quote. Then he also says, and Muggsy Bogues dunked for once. Even I'm a bit amazed. So this whole thing about the 100 million streams vanished, that was never confirmed. And they did a lot of cleaning on Spotify. It's still questionable about what happened, this, that, and the third. But you and I both know Kendrick didn't didn't bot no 100 million streams. They actively got 2 lawsuits. A third one was dropped, but they got 2 lawsuits accusing Drake and his team of botting. We have no one accusing Kendrick of botting. There is no one saying they got evidence. There is no trail, no paper trail, nothing. Kendrick ain't in court talking about anybody doing anything Drake is. So I don't know what this 100 million thing is, but they got a whole narrative. He allegedly burnt down a bot farm in the video. Just a lot of nonsense that they're trying to keep a narrative going that Dot bought it, and which would make no sense because he's not actively out here trying to beat you at numbers. He's beating you at numbers anyway. It's not even about, oh, he wants to bot you, this, that, and the third. You guys care about that, okay? And this Muggsy Bogues thing, I don't know if you guys know who Muggsy Bogues is, but he was one of the shortest players in the history of basketball. He was one of the best players in the history of basketball, but he was short, right? And he can't dunk. He's not a dunker. So Muggsy Bogues dunked one time, and he's trying to say that he's trying to compare Kendrick to Muggsy Bogues. He's saying it's a short joke, gang. For those in the back, right? It's a short joke. He's trying to call him short. And he's trying to say, oh, Muggsy Bogues dunked. Oh, I'm surprised. So he's still in this short joke shit. It's not really, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if this guy really knows how to diss gang. And this is my thing. A lot of this stuff is playground humor, third grade humor. And these guys that follow this guy, it's sad that they have to make these lines sound like they're good lines. They gotta sit there, they gotta act like that this stuff is good, this record stuff. I don't think Beanie Siegel would write nothing like this. I don't think Jadakiss would write this. So it is what it is, but we're gonna keep this push. All right. DJ Khaled on Make Them Pay. Quote, and Khaled, you know what I mean? The beef was fully live. You went halal and got on your dean, and your people still waiting for a free Palestine. But apparently everything is in black and white and red and green. End quote. Listen, gang. Still ain't telling me what he's mad about. I don't know what he's mad about. I don't even think Drake even be getting into that political stuff about free Palestine, this, that, and the third. I don't even, he doesn't even talk about it even, so I don't know why he's telling Khaled anything about it. End of the day. I guess he's trying to say that Khaled got out of the beef when Rick Ross was coming at him, whatever. I don't know why he's dissing Khaled. Somebody comment, tell me why he's dissing Khaled. I don't have no idea, because I don't remember Khaled doing anything but asking him for verses. And I remember he said that I got a verse from Drake, and Drake went in the comments talking about who Drake bailed. So I don't know. You can tell me Khaled sound like a nigga that was trying to stay neutral. All right, let me keep it pushing. Playboy Cardi on Whisper My Name. Quote, baby boy, please. I heard you say it to little bro about me. I heard what you said to little bro about me. Yeah, and when you run into Iceman, what you gonna do except freeze? You not about to squeeze. You not in the streets. I don't know why he's dissing Playboy Cardi. Maybe because Playboy Cardi took that verse off of that song that they had together, and he didn't approve it. I believe he was supposed to be on one of them records, and Playboy Cardi refused to let him. He refused to clear the verse, some remix or something, and maybe that's what he's mad about, right? And did Cardi popped up with Dot, and they got Kendrick is on 2 of Playboy Cardi's songs on Playboy Cardi album. So anybody giving power, if whoever Dot is on, you're giving that person power, because he had the stimulus last year. So when he dropped, it made his record go up. The record went up anyway, so it is what it is. I guess that may be why he's mad at Playboy Cardi. Who knows anymore? I don't know. I can't keep up with all these people this nigga's mad at. Let me continue. So Rick Ross is on Make Them Pay. Dog, I was aiding Ross with streams before Aiden Ross had ever streamed. Sure. Let me continue. A$AP Rocky, Burning Bridges and Firm Friends. Quote, your baby mama ain't even post a single. Damn, where's she at? A$AP Rocky's album, I don't know if y'all know, did numbers without Rihanna posting him. Okay, the shit was a very big. It did more than I thought it was. I'm gonna be honest. I thought people was not checking for Rocky no more. The shit did some really good numbers out the gate. I was absolutely surprised of the numbers he did. So I don't know what this is about. Why he's trying to clown him for Rihanna not posting the album. Maybe they got an arrangement that she don't need to post it. It is what it is. Let me continue. These guys get way too worked up about other people posting your stuff. It's ever since Meek did it. To me, it's never been. It's silly, gang. I don't know. Whatever. Let me continue. You saw my brother. You was trying to fix it. Now drop your album and you back dissing. Well, he probably was trying to fix it, and then you dissed him again, right? And maybe you know what? He's talking about the academics thing, right? He told academics when A$AP Rocky sat down with academics, and he tried to have a heart-to-heart with academics and talk to him like man to man. He told academics, just get back to blogging about music. Stop picking sides. Stop being on one train or the other. Just get back to what we love you for, academics. Posting, breaking new music. That's what we love. I've never known academics for breaking mad new music. He's pushed out a lot of rappers that he's liked, and he's admittedly come out and said he tried to say for years he never got paid, but then he slipped up and admitted that he do take money from these people. So we don't know if he was breaking music organically or was getting paid to break his music, but here and there he was posted. But for the most part, academics did not get famous for posting nobody's music. Academics got famous for being a troll. He got famous for that war in Chirac, and he got famous for these different rappers he can get to interviewing him or talk to him or be his friend, right? XXXTentacion, Drake at some point. I believe he was rocking with Stitches and a couple other rappers. He started being Tekashi 6ix9ine. So he was known for being a troll. He wasn't known as no music curator, okay? But let me continue. So that's what A$AP Rocky tried to get him to stop being on one side or the other. He's like, bro, just be the music guy and the news guy. You don't gotta be the Drake guy. That's what he was trying to tell him. Let me continue. Temu. He also goes, quote, KYSASAP. That's some shit you could do for me. That's corny. I don't even know the context. Don't even know. These disses are weak, gang. I'm just gonna be honest. These are love taps. They're the Foghorn Leghorn Bugs Bunny scenes where they take the glove off and he slap the glove across your cheek as an act of war. Well, these are gloves across the cheeks. This shit's weak, gang. I'm just gonna be honest. But let me continue. J. Cole songs that he dissed them all, I make them pay and make them remember. I guess that song may be split into 2 songs. I don't know. So he go, oh, I don't know. I don't know. So here we go. Quote, me, I stood 10 T's and accepted the mission because I'd much rather death than submission. How can you press the ignition and let some memories of the past affect your decision? I love you because of the history, but if we being real, I could never forgive you. And you never call me back. Your destiny's written. For real. F the big 3 anyway. It was too many chefs in the kitchen. It was a mess to begin with. Okay. That's a whole lot to unpack. I stood 10 toes down. I accepted the mission. We did say we do got to give him credit for following through with the battle. He did accept the mission, quote unquote. Really wasn't no mission. He just said it after Big 3. It's just Big Me. Wasn't no mission. You and Drake made it into a mission. I say it all the time. They could have ignored it. They didn't want to ignore it. They wanted the world got gassed. The world gassed them up, like Cole said. What you gonna do, Cole? They got gassed up to respond. Drake should have actually not responded at all. So it wasn't no big hoorah that you responded. You didn't have to, because he didn't really diss you or him. He said some little shit, little slick shit. The world went crazy. You both got your butt on your back and decided it's time. You've been subbing him for years and you decided to take on the challenge because you thought you was going to beat him easy, but you didn't. Let me continue. He also said, I could have failed back like the married rapper, but we engaged. I don't think Drake is engaged as much as he tries to pretend in hip hop, because at the end of the day, you backed out of the Pusha T battle when it got hectic. You try to blame it on Jay Prince. He told you not to do it because your career was in jeopardy. If you was going to say what you said, it was so dangerous and detrimental. And if you repeated this, if this track was to go out that you was going to diss Pusha T on, first of all, it was going to end Pusha T's career, but it would do some damage to your brand because the things you were saying were way too egregious for a person of your stature to be heard saying. So you backed out of the battle, and then you backed out of this thing with Kendrick with the Hard Part 6. So I don't know if you're married and like you say you are. A lot of times we just hear you crying about shit you could have did and would have did and should have did and didn't do, okay? But let me continue. Lucian Grange on the song Bees on the Table. The lyrics are, I'm fighting the man, not suing the rapper. You boys are not listening. I'm going to do another video on this line. I'm going to do another video on this line because this is the stuff they try to drill in our head. But I'm going to keep the response short. He says, I'm fighting the man, not suing a rapper. You boys are not listening. Oh, no, we're listening. You're fighting a man over what was said by the rapper. You're not suing. They try to mind F us, gang. They try to make us think that we're dumb. It's called gaslighting. You are not suing Lucian Grange for anything other than what Kendrick said in the battle. That's the short answer. So stop saying you're suing the man, because you wouldn't be suing him if Kendrick didn't say what he said in the battle. So you're suing for the words from the battle. We're not slow, gang. You can't gaslight us and make us think we don't understand. Okay? Let me continue. This is Jay-Z on Janice, STFU, and Whisper My Name. Quote, we know how you OGs rock it anyway. My nigga, the jig is up. All right, sure. And then the other one says, I'll take 500K, not the dinner. I never could learn shit from none of y'all anyway. Something like to the fact, he didn't say anyway. They said, I'll take 500K, not the dinner. I never could learn shit from none of y'all. So, end of the day, this is what I want to say. And I'm going to keep it pushing. Jay-Z just literally put his name on the line by standing up for this guy. This guy could have took this out, but nope, he's still jealous. Just stand the third. So you're gonna take the 500K. You can't learn nothing from Jay. But Jay owns his masters. Jay owns his company. Jay is not suing his label owner. Jay is not in a 360 deal with his label. Jay is not saying the label try to defame me and lower my bargaining power by using another rapper against me. Everything that you did in the last 2 years was ridiculous shit that Jay don't have to worry about because nobody tells Jay what to do. Nobody owns Jay's masters, and nobody can negotiate Jay out of what Jay got going on. So you could learn something. You can learn a whole lot. You dissing Jay sounds absolutely ridiculous. This guy has done 10 times more than you, but you just think because you got these juiced up numbers and you got this juiced up shit going on with Steak and all this other shit, you got money coming in, but this guy is a billionaire that had got their shit. He got this shit off rapping. He got this shit off being smart and cutting niggas out of the deal. You add more niggas into the deal. Your whole thing was I got $400 million from UMG, and now I'm trying to get $500 million from Sony. Your whole shit is jumping from one to the other instead of owning your own shit. You don't want to go independent. While we was asking you if you paid your $400 million back to UMG, why the hell you talking to Sony? Just go independent, right? But you don't want to learn nothing from Jay. That's all I'm gonna say. I got other videos coming up. I'm not gonna be here all day. Let me continue. He dissed Mustard on Too Hard for the Radio. Quote: Mustard heard about us. Gotta catch up to the slaps. You ain't had one since me and YG rap. Facts. He did not like us. Let me continue. 900 million for the tracks. Rack City, bitch. We remember that. Yeah, you could try and get back to that. So it's all about numbers. It's all about money. Mustard bodied you, gang. Mustard sent this beat to Dot. Dot didn't even let Mustard hear it. He just made the record and dropped it. Mustard heard it when everybody else heard it. He bodied you, didn't even know he was going to body you. This is the reason we're here. This is the reason you took 2 years off. But now you're trying to bring up Rack City and old shit. He froze it in time. Let me continue. All right, man. This is Pharrell on Make Them Pay. Quote: luckily, I got all the chains that they never repped in Virginia. I got niggas prized possessions. I got positive on niggas. I got possessive on niggas. I don't know if you guys know, Pharrell sold those chains for charity. Pharrell doesn't care about the chains. This dude bought the chains and took them as some type of headhunting thing where he just scalped the nigga. Pharrell said, if I cared about the chains, I would still have them. You're still talking about these chains. Your fans are going to go online repeating this like these chains matter. It's silly shit, gang. These disses are weak because you're dissing people who have no reason to be dissed. You're dissing people about things that they don't care about. Let me continue. He disses Pusha T on Make Them Pay. I got all the chains that they ever repped in Virginia. Oh, these both of these. So those chains things was about both of them. Got it. So they're accrediting them disses to Pharrell and Pusha. Got it. Move on. LeBron James on Make Them Remember. So I guess these two songs are the only songs he's dissing everybody. Let me keep it pushing. I shouldn't even be shocked to see you in that arena because you always made your career off switching teams up. Gang, his best friend is KD, who switches teams all the time. But he's not thinking this shit through. He's just saying shit because he's hurt, right? He mad and hurt, and he's just trying to think of shit to say. These disses are the low-key weak because you're dissing guys that you don't need to be dissing. You don't really have no reason to diss LeBron. He's cool with you, cool to Kendrick. Went to your shit, went to Kendrick shit, end the story. But you're the only one crying about it. Weird shit, gang. Let me continue. DeMar DeRozan on National Treasures. We must have been dealing the spur of the moment. Because why did we think you could get us a ring? They bragging about how you went home to the F are they on? He's talking about Kendrick said, I'm glad DeMar DeRozan home. So he's still talking about the lyrics from Not Like Us. I don't know if he just sat around for 2 years writing these lyrics about just thinking, going back to that record, gang. But this shit is all about Not Like Us. Nothing new, nothing that happened recently, nothing that happened past Not Like Us. All of this shit is about Not Like Us lyrics. Gang, he's repeating Kendrick lyrics to us. They bragging about how you went home. The fuck are they on, Crody? We threw him away. Now it's Crody, just not sure. We threw him away. G-Pop sent us a real one from Diego. And the next thing we know, we was doing parades. Whatever, gang. Let me continue. The last one is Dr. Dre. Make Them Remember. If Drake took out the AK, maybe he'd be in jail, just based off the name that it spells. What they say, they just smelled. I heard they got special places in hell for niggas joking about evil when they did it themselves. So he's mad that Dr. Dre was high-fiving Lucien Grange at the, I believe it was it the Grammys either the Grammys or the iHeart Music Awards, one or the other, I'm not sure. But they high-fived each other when the record that they have a part, I don't know if you know, Lucian Grange of UMG has stake in Drake and Kendrick Lamar. So when the record, either one of them wins something, he's going to be elated because he got money involved with both. So he high-fived Dr. Dre. So right there, right, never mind the fact that Dr. Dre signed Kendrick, right? He's been with Dr. Dre for years. But somehow high-fiving at this award ceremony about not like us winning the award, they high-fived, so therefore he became public enemy #1 to Drake, and Drake made this magazine, the Drake magazine. You had to be a Drakey to get in and read the magazine, 800 pages, all these pictures. One of the pictures was Dr. Dre with Lucian Grange high-fiving, and this is all the stuff he's never gonna forget. So he threw shots at Dr. Dre. Like, who this is Dr. Dre, gang? Like, what's wrong, dog? Like, come on, gang. You need a hug, man. You can put your head on my shoulder right here, Iceman, because end of the day, Tomato Man, like, this is what it is. I'm straight with this. I don't respect it. I don't trust this nigga. I don't believe him. I think this nigga's really sad just sitting around thinking of shit that happened 2 years ago. That's the saddest place to be, gang. Get some therapy, get some help. All right. You can get some help, gang. This is weird. This is shit is old shit. You talking about Rihanna? Like, gang, I don't got nothing else to say about this. It's time, bro. It's time to let it go. Let it go. And the Drake fans are excited about these disses. This shit is a whole lot of low calorie shit, gang. I'm gonna be honest. It's not beef. It's not good. It's weak. I'm out of here, man. CLBMG, man. Head on over to black-yeti.com. Let them know who sent you. They ship all over the continental U.S. I got the Patreon up. My channel is looking good. I'm probably going to get that back soon, man. Lock in. But until then, you know what it is, man. Right now, I'm working for free. I'm working for donations. Whoever want to throw your boy some love, send it to the CashApp, Challz Brown or Challz Brown 2. If Challz Brown 1 don't work, Challz Brown 2 work. I got both of them. I got Venmo, Challz Brown. Show your boy some love if you fucking with the channel. It is what it is, all right? Also, the music video well, if the channel come back, you can watch the music video. It's called Peanut Butter Tims. Lock in with that. Show some love. That's off the What Project, BTJ and Fliz, man. I'm out of here, man. I'm going to catch you on the flip side. Peace.
Look, mission impossible to drop a few lines without dropping old times when Southern Hill was still a gold mine. When pistol grips was my shit and I sold mine. When Alias was not a show and they told mine. Elevate your mind with high quality THC infused products. BlackYeti.com. Black-Yeti.com.
CLB.
Get my coat, get my sheepskin, grab my wallet, get my pocket knife, and get that hat right there. We out. Grab my pocket knife too. Let's go. When I first came to the city, niggas didn't believe me. I just wanted to join a team and throw assist pass easily. 6 man off the bench, alley-oop pass freely. Suit up for one game and hope a scout might see me. But nah, niggas is greedy, wasn't rocking with him. Unplugged the scoreboard, put a lock on the gym. Told me to power forward, point guard at the rim. And left me with no center and a ball full of phlegm. Not knowing that I'm a dog, a Rottweiler within. With the heart of a pit bull that don't bark for pretend. My bites cut deep, break the bone and the skin. With the level of hustlenomics you do not comprehend. So first I took a block down on the west side end, and then secured a spot with some goons and some kin. And then sent out some flyers, let the games begin. And in 6 months time, the city like that's him. Oh yeah, he the one that moved the hustle to the burbs. And yeah, he the one that knocked the hustlers off the curb. And yeah, he the one that set up shop without a word. And he the one that got it cracking, and all he did was rapping by the Hooters. I kept killers from being shooters. Put a mic in a thug's hand, now he loyal like Pats fans. Take a man off the streets past the needles and crack cans. Promise mama to keep him safe, then put some food in his face and he'll kill for you. But I don't need him for that. Click like, click share, tell them bitches we back. Share the whole location, tell them niggas where we at. Cause we out here and we ain't the cheese, we the trap.